wanted, yeah, when people wanted to know about the madrasa, so they first talk about the Hatadari madrasa, and also all of the Islamic fatwa rulings came from Hatadari. First, they introduced Indians Darul Uloom Deoband. After after giving their insight, the main fatwa came from the Hatadari, and all of the Qawmi madrasas ulama accept that fatwa, because this is the religious, the first religious center in Bangladesh, and all of the mufti, all of the ulama are from Hatajari Madrasa, are well known in Bangladesh, and the religious authority in Bangladesh, the Hatajari Madrasa. So, and the second one is the Aliya Madrasa, which came from the Aliya Madrasa Kolkata. The differences between Ali and Qawmi in Bangladesh, there are biggest differences. So Aliya Madrasa are governed by the government. Okay, so most Aliya Madrasa are government madrasa, but all of the, not only single Qawmi madrasa in Bangladesh is getting the funding from the government or anything from government. Totally private, and that depends on the charitable fund or the charity or private sources. So all the Qawmi madrasa are governed by the public. For example, this is my village, for example. So in my village, there are some people who have, okay, in the village, they establish a madrasa and they run this madrasa by their fund. And also they collect money from the general people in the Juma sermon, Friday sermon, and they sometimes maintain the mahfil, like gathering for Muslim peoples. And in that time was preacher, one preacher giving the preaching, and they say something about the donation. If we donate my money to the religious institution, then we can get Jannah in, right? So then after many people give their money to establish and to run their madrasa. And another big difference is the curriculum. The biggest difference is curriculum. So Qawmi Madrasa's curriculum is called Dars-e-Nizami. You can search Dars-e-Nizam. Maybe in Indonesia this term is used, maybe, right? Am I right? Dars-e-Nizami?
We don't have that term. Is it in Bangla language, or it's in
And
Bangla?
It's not a Bengali name. Actually, it's Darsun Nizami. That's a
Is it
Darsul Nizami.
Turkish?
Okay. Yeah.
I think
No.
it's Turkish.
It's it
Nope.
it Urdu term.
Farsi? I
Urdu
don't
and
know.
Farsi term. Yeah. Urdu and Farsi
Oh,
term. Yeah.
Urdu and Farsi term. Yeah. So
Uh,
it's like dirosah nizamiyah, something like that. So like studying the shi'ir or something, like the poet of the ancient scholars.
no.
Something. Yeah.
Actually, Darsun
No?
Nizami is like we can say it's a traditional Islamic teachings. Like
Oh, okay.
only Darsun Nizam means like there is no secular education. There is
Mm,
no
okay,
modern
okay,
education.
okay, okay.
There is no modern education, secular education,
Mhm.
and they have the specific books, specific
Mm.
which is kitab, specific books we have to study. Without that, we can't learn anything.
We have this. We have this in bahasa. We have kitab kuning. Have you heard that kitab kuning? The yellowish book. Maybe that's similar. That is not regulated and distributed by the government, but it's also part of the traditional
uh,
Islamic education in Indonesia. Maybe that's the case. The
and
yellowish
all
books.
and about in Darsan Nizami,
Mhm.
they try to teach some classical books, not
Okay.
modern
Yeah.
books,
Yeah. Yeah.
because
Yeah. That's it.
there is a big conception about teaching the modern topics. They say they know, and they claim that as a Muslim, we should respect our classical ulama, and we should follow their teachings, their books. if we don't respect them, we can lose our heritage, right? That's why only in Qawmi Madrasa they teach Quran, Hadith, Fiqh, Arabic grammars, and also Balagat, Mantiq. Okay, so they teach only these things, tafsir. Okay, so they don't teach any social science or any social studies or anything like. And another big problem in Qawmi Madrasa is that so they follow Indian Darul Uloom Deoband, right? So their language is Urdu and Hindi, right? So and many of the traditional and many of the classical ulama from Bangladesh, so they studied in that institution and they know Urdu and Farsi well, rather than Bengali. So that's why most of the books are still, as a I'm Bengali, but my language is Bangla, but I had to learn the medium of the Urdu and Farsi. For example, in my I studied 17 years in Qawmi Madrasa, almost 17 years. So in the first time, I had to learn Urdu, language Urdu, and I had to learn Farsi. Farsi is like Persian language, right? Iranian language, because many books are many not only the outside books, many of the readings are Urdu, not Bengali. So that's why students are obliged to learn Urdu and Farsi in their first 2 or 3 years. So first, like for example, in the Qawmi Madrasa, the first class is Urdu Jamaat, and the second class is Farsi Jamaat, which is Taysir. So the main theme is like learn to the Farsi and Urdu first 2 years. After that, they try to teach Arabic grammars, which is the Nahwu, first time, then Arabic Sarf. Then after that, after this, by step, they go to the Hadith and Tafsir classes. Almost, if you want to study in Qawmi Madrasa and to be a alim, you have to study 10 to 12 years without being hafiz. If you want to be hafiz, that means Quran memorizer, then you have to spend almost 15 to 17 years. So that's why I spent 17 years there. And another problem is the Qawmi Madrasa are governed by the private institutions, and they don't get any governmental help or financial support from the government. Totally unknown and totally regulated by the non-governmental organizations. And on the other hand, the Aliyah Madrasa's curriculum, everything are governed by the government. Their curriculum settle the government settle their curriculum, and government fund them. And that's why there are a big difference between Qawmi and Ali. So in my slide, this is I took this screenshot from my article. I tried to give the comparison between Qawmi and Aliyah Madrasa here. So, okay. So now I would talk about the growth and statistics of the Qawmi Madrasa and Aliyah Madrasa in Bangladesh. So there are rapid expansion. The number of Aliyah Madrasa and student enrolled has significantly increased, as reported by Bangladesh Board of Educational Information and Statistics. You can see there here the top one is about Aliyah Madrasa, which is from my article. So there the grade 10 is called Dakhil. and grade 12 is called alim, and the grade then graduate called fazil, and the masters is called kamil. So this is the statistics of the recent statistics of the Aliyah Madrasa. So, and another because Aliyah Madrasa is rapidly increased because they get government fund. Also, they maintain the secular studies in beside their religious studies, and that's why when the parents are religious minded, also they have they know that in this modern era, if we only study the religious Quran Hadith, so we are bound to we can get restricted or bound to a specific area in their job, in our job. We can only do job here in the religious institution, not only at the secular institution. That's why it will be the big problematic in economical growth or sustainability in Bangladesh. So that's why they maintain also the religious modern curriculums. That's why people, when they wanted to their children admitted to the madrasas, so then you can admit to them in this institution, because they can get insight from the religious texts, also the secular texts. So they're combined. That's why many people choose Ali Madrasa. And on the other hand, the Qawmi madrasas also increase in day by day, but the problem is not like rapidly. So, but because only their traditional mindset and ultra orthodox mindset. Because in Qawmi madrasa, I said before, so Qawmi madrasa are teaching only the religious studies, not secular studies. Secular studies is not like you have to learn the secular mindset. No, in Bangladesh, secular studies means like English, mathematics, ICT, like information technologies knowledge, social science knowledge. Because in the Bangladesh job market, totally different. So if you want to sit for the governmental examination, governmental job, if you want to secure your job, your master certificate, your graduate certificate is not valued. After your graduation, you can sit for the public examination, and in public examination you have to they give the answer from Bengali, English, mathematics, computer knowledge. Otherwise you can get public job. Also in the private firm, they only hired who have contemporary knowledge, English knowledge, who can speak English, who can understand speak English, who can who know mathematics well. That's why that time they hired that figures and that people who know Bengali well, who know English well, who know mathematics well, who know computer well, not only religious texts. And also same, if we want to teach in the religious school or like Aliyah madrasas or school, I will teach the religious text, Quran Hadith, okay, but still I have to uh, uh, give the exam on English, on math, and the general knowledge, not religious texts, because this is the requirement of the government. And that's why Qawmi madrasa nowadays are getting down, because their religious traditional mindset. They they don't want to introduce the modern studies, science, or mathematics. Or that's why the graduate from Qawmi ulama, they only know Arabic, they only know Hadith, they only know Quran. They don't know about they can speak English, they can speak in Bengali well, they don't know about the mathematics. That's why their really the job sector are restricted and bound to some only they can job only in mosque, to be an imam, to be a muazzin, right? And sometimes in madrasas only the mudarris, not in secular institutions, and they can do job in the government sector because their lack of knowledge in mathematics, in English, in ITC. Okay, so now so now I will say about the curriculum and the educational challenges faces by the Qawmi madrasa. So if I talk about the Qawmi madrasa's curriculum and their class division, so there are some specific terms they use. The first, the it's maktab. You can say maktab. Maktab is nurani. So some people say nurani, some people say maktab. Maktab means like where the children, only this is for only children, not for the adult, right? So when you admit your child to a Qawmi madrasa, you have to admit in the maktab. In maktab, especially they teach the how to know the how to learn how to recite the Quran well correctly, and some really some specific mas'ala, some specific knowledge like for only for children. Okay, so after that, when the children can recite the Quran well, after that they have to go to the Hibzul Quran department, or the Quran memorizing part. So that Quran memorizing is not in the hand of the people. That's why the students have specific their intelligence. They can memorize the Quran well. They can go to the Hibzul Quran. Okay. Otherwise, they have to go to the others divisions. So then Hibzul Quran. In Hibzul Quran, there is no specific time. It depends on the student's memory. If he can memorize Quran fast, okay, fine. If you can memorize late, then it's up to them. It may be in average 3 to 4 years or 5 years as a child can get memorized the Quran. So in my time, I memorized the Quran by 2.5 years, almost 3 to 4 years. Okay, so it was I memorized the Quran fully 2007, and also I prayed 14 to 15 years after that Tarawih Salat in Bangladesh. So and another division is Kitab Khana. It's a Farsi word, Kitab Khana. Kitab Khana means like being a alim or ulama, 7 to 10 years course. 7 to 10 years course. Nowadays it was previously 10 years or to 12 years. Now some institution made the short. That's why 7 to 10 years. By the 7 to 10 years, you have to study there. After that, you can be a alim, maulana in Bangladesh. 7 to 10 years. And if you want to be a mufti, muhaddis, or mufassir, you have to study more than 15 to 17 years after your Quran memorizing. And yeah, I already discussed about the curricular limitation before. So and okay, so if I talk about the employability about the Qawmi graduate, so there are big problem. They face challenges in the contemporary Bangladesh, because I already talked about that. So because of their religious knowledge, only. Okay, their religious knowledge is not problematic because they can, okay, but the problem is they don't know the governmental standard. The government standard is we have to learn, we have to know Bengali well, we have to know mathematics well, we have to know English well. All the Bangladeshi graduate know English little bit. Okay, no, this is the problematic in Indonesia. Some graduate also know unknown about in English, but if it go to Bangladesh, every graduate uh, know English well. If he cannot speak, okay, but he understand what are you talking about because from the grade 1 to the grade and graduation, in every sector, in every class, there is English. There is English, one or two books. So so the reluctance to embrace government initiatives. So Qawmi Madras are hesitant to accept governmental policies, funding, lending to financial sustainability challenges. Okay, so there is a big problem and misconception in as I agree that there is this is the misconception of the ulama for the religious authority of Qawmi Madrasa. They claim that and they say that, so if we take any help or any financial support from the government, we can be the instrument of the government. We can be the instrument of the government. So government then dominate us. The government then, whatever we government say, we have to accept. If we take, like that, yeah, this is slightly true, because the Aliyah Madrasa can't say anything against government because they get government support. So, but the Qawmi Madrasa are always protecting Islam, and they can go against government, and they can in every social matters they can raise their voice because they are not governmental institutions, and this is the good thing. And they don't accept the government policies funding because only this fear, if they attack, then the institution can be the instrument of the government, and everything government say, okay, do this, do this, do this, you have to accept, otherwise there is no way. That's why the religious authority of Qawmi Ulama, so they say this, no, we never accept government finance. Okay, we can take help, but suggestion, but don't we don't get any financial support. We are enough to get the charity fund. Okay, Qawmi Madrasa are still sustainable to get the funding from the charitable people, so we don't need any government support. Okay, so but that's why there are big controversy in Bangladesh in secular mind people and also the religious people. So the secular hardliners, so they argue that, okay, so if Qawmi Madras are producing the graduates who are not working for the construction of the Bangladesh, they have no any uh, uh, they have no any progress, they have no any what is this called benefits in Bangladesh. So they are only producing the religious scholar, they are not producing the people who can contribute. They have no contribution to Bangladesh economy, because after graduating from Qawmi Ulama, they only depend on the imamiyat, on being muazzin or the teacher of the Qawmi Madrasa. They don't contribute to the government, they don't contribute to people, they only depends on the charity. They take the charity for donation, but they don't give the donation to others people, right? Because they only focus on the traditional religious texts, they don't focus on the contemporary demands. That's why the religious secular hardliners contain that, okay, Qawmi Madrasa can run, but the problem is they have to follow the governmental standards, otherwise there are a big problematic, because the Qawmi graduate are day by day increasing. and it is the employment problem in Bangladesh, because Bangladesh is not a rich country, it's a developing country. So if the biggest populations are only depend on the charity, they don't have any contribution to the economy. So that's why Bangladesh can go further. This is problematic. That's why the religious. But on the other hand, the religious authorities say they know. So we should maintain our religious belief. We only produce the Islamic scholars who can teach, who can be the savior of the Islam. Okay, so if you need any religious knowledge, you can come. We don't need to contribute to the economy of the Bangladesh. We only produce the ulama. We don't produce the worker. So okay, so now I will talk about the student experience and the perspective in Qawmi madrasas. So there is a pedagogical environment. Student inquire strict disciplinary measures and limited exposure and extracurricular activities impacting their overall growth and personal development. Okay, as my personal experience, also I took and also my one of my family members studied in a Qawmi madrasa. I had many insight about the Qawmi madrasas. So there is a big problem and in their educational and pedagogical environment. Okay, so okay, if you I want to show one slide, sorry, one video to you. Okay, you can see. And okay,
Is it playing now?
okay, so this video actually made by mm, the international media. So
Okay.
you can see this video about the Qawmi madrasas. Okay, and here uh, see.
Um, is there anything I need to do? Do you want to display the video to us?
You can see.
We cannot see it because I think the problem is with the screening feature of your laptop. So directly it is displaying the only the slides, not the entire screen.
Okay,
So
okay.
for doing that, first you must stop sharing your screen, and then you display the entire screen of your laptop. That's one way, but maybe we can skip it first before maybe you can explain it briefly about the content of the video, if it bothers you.
So how can I show the video?
Okay, first you must stop sharing the screen. There is a feature there for you to stop sharing. Can you see that, like at the bottom most of your screen, or or at the top of your view? Is there any?
I can is
There isn't any?
I there's a problem. How can I this? Okay. Uh,
Okay, you can redo it, like press the green share screen button,
okay,
and this time try to press the screen button, not the screen one, not the
okay, okay.
yeah, the screen.
Screen.
Share the
Okay,
screen, not the slides. Yeah. Can you do
okay,
that?
okay. Now,
Yeah, that's it.
okay,
Climbers.
okay.
If you This is the climbers.
No, okay.
Um,
No, no, no. This is not actually.
Okay, this
Okay,
is the
I'm
video.
okay.
Okay,
No, it's not. Okay, I'm showing the video.
where is the video?
Okay, okay, okay. Just wait.
Okay, take it easy. You can get out from the full screen first. Yeah,
Okay,
remove the full screen feature from your video first, and then you go back to the slide.
okay,
Uh-uh. And then you can press the link of your video.
okay, okay,
Okay, that's cool.
okay, okay. Here,
Are
maybe.
we gonna watch all of those? I think we
Okay,
don't have time for that. I mean, to yeah, we maybe have like one, two
okay,
videos we can watch, but not the entire videos because we know we must also have this question and answer sessions, right? The
okay.
students are eager to know about you and your research. So they want
Um,
to ask something. That's obvious.
no problem. Okay, okay, I'm showing one video.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Cool. Okay. Yeah. Oh, this is it. Oh, the ad. All right. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Skip. Cool.
Hey, the advice. Skip there.
Skip the ad.
Okay.
Perfect. You're providing us the Indonesian subtitle. So this is
So maybe you. Uh,
I think you can go back to your slide now.
how can I get?
You can go back directly to your slides now. Yeah, first you need to again stop your screen, and then you redo it, like press the share screen button, and now you
Okay,
press the slides again, the slides, not the screen. That's cool.
hey, Okay. So
yeah,
okay.
not that one. I think you pressed the Google. I think it's different. It's not this one. It's not this one. Um.
Okay.
So
Now.
yeah, share screen the slides,
Okay.
the PowerPoint,
Okay. Okay.
the PowerPoint. Let's go. Yeah.
Okay. Now you can see.
Yeah, we can see it perfectly.
Okay.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So maybe you there was a substitute bahasa. You can see the whatever I said before, right?
Yeah, we can get the point. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you so much for the consideration. Yeah, yeah. It's very considerate of you.
Mm. Okay. So and another problem is the parental motivation. So if you talk about the parental motivations behind the sending of their children to the Qawmi madrasas, so uh, so uh, if I from my experience, also from others' experience of the Qawmi students and their guardians, their parents, so I know after taking the interviews and their insight what is the behind reason to send their children to Qawmi madrasas. So they said that actually many don't, not everyone is perspective is same. The problem, there's perspective of sending the children to Qawmi madrasa. The most of them say that okay, we only send our. You can see to me in my video. You can see to me, right? You can
Yeah.
hear. Okay, okay.
Um.
So, okay, so the most of the parents only send their children to Qawmi madrasas to uh, only the religious perspective. They say this: if we send our if we send our children to the Qawmi madrasas, if they be a alim or ulama, okay, so then after our death they will come to our storm and they will pray for us to Allah, and they because of them we can get redemption from Allah, we can get Jannah. So because their parents go to the prayer and Juma sermon and the many Islamic religious seminars, and then ulama preach that. So if you make your children hafiz, if you make your children alim, then they can suggest in the Qiyamah, in the hereafter, in front of Allah, I become a alim. Now I want to take my parents to the Jannah. This and they preach this by from the Quran and Hadith, and that's why the parents are get motivated to send their children to there, because if we don't know the Hadith and the Arabic well, so we can't make dua to Allah. And some parents also beseech Allah and pray to place to Allah, if you give me any children who are the childless, okay, if you give me any children, or either be daughter, either be the son, so I will admit them to the Qawmi madrasa and to make him alim, to make him hafiz, right? So they call place to Allah by this dua. They say this: oh Allah, give me a child, either be a boy, either be a girl. I will admit them the Qawmi madrasa and being alim, hafiz, right? So by this way, the parents less people also admit to the children to Qawmi madrasa. And also another perspective is that some parents, they have 3 or 4 children, right? So two boys or 3 girls. So then they say this: if I make everyone secular mindset, or if I make everyone admit to them the secular studies, secular institutions, so who will be the religious authority in my family? After our death, who will be the, who will go to the who will go to our tomb, who will pray for Allah, for us into Allah? So that's why they admit one of the children to the Qawmi. And another problem is the another perspective is the family. You know that already, you know that Qawmi madrasa are helping the poor people, who are impoverished people, who have no money, who have no family, who are orphan. Okay, they teach them, and also they fund them, they feed them. That's why the parents who have no money, who have no home, who have no uh, sustainability to sustain their children, they admit their children to the Qawmi madrasas only for the studies. Not only studies, they can bear in this way. And another perspective is that some children become very naughty, right? Very rhythms. So they don't obey the parents' speech. They don't follow the parents' rules, and the most naughty boys, naughty girls, and that's why they said that, okay, if I admit him or her to Qawmi madrasa under their strict regulations, okay, he or she can be good guy, good people in and the society. That's why there are the perspective of the parents. So if you give permission, I would want to show you another video.
Can we skip? I'm sorry, Mahdi. I mean,
Okay,
we
okay,
have
okay,
very limited time right now. Can
okay,
we
okay,
just go directly to your conclusion and we
okay,
have a
okay,
good
okay, okay,
discussion and you can share the link with us.
okay,
I will directly share the
uh,
links you
okay,
provided to the students through
no problem.
groups. How
Okay,
about that?
okay, okay,
That's cool with you?
okay, okay, of course.
Okay,
So
thank you so much.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
So now in my last part of the article, I try to give some suggestion or recommendations as my conclusion. Okay, so actually, this article is how the Qawmi ulama face the traditional challenges, right? Traditional contemporary knowledge. How can they overcome their these challenges, and how can they balance their education with their contemporary knowledge? So I offer for the Qawmi institutions, so one, teacher training and curriculum reforms. Okay, so I emphasize that there is a need for teacher training institutions and balance integration of modern and traditional curricula. Okay, so in this perspective, so because one teacher training institution, because I took the interview from the students, so they leave their studies because of the fear of the teachers and instructors in Qawmi ulama, Qawmi alim, Qawmi, yeah, because so when they when the teachers instructor enter the Qawmi classroom, then students get feared and get silent because of the fear. Because in Qawmi institutions, they beat the students by can, sometimes can. If I talk about about my nephew who studied madrasa, he sometimes flee from the Qawmi madrasas, from their because of the fear of the teachers, his instructor. He beat him, he persecuted him by can sometimes. That's why the children sometimes fear and leave their studies. And also in Qawmi madrasas, the students sit in the floor, not in chair, because they claim that, they say this, if we sit on the chair or table, it will be the disrespect to the teachers. That's why the students always sit on the floor, and their medium of the instruction is not like digitalization. There is no digitalization, only the chalkboard, blackboard. Okay, so and the classroom environment is very um, mm, old model. Okay, obsolete model. There is no any good environment, there is no any good thing in the teachers who need for these students mindset to focus on these studies. So that's why they need to reform their environment. Also, there is a need teacher training centers. There should be a authority who regulate the teachers how they teach the children, because in the Western countries, we say that if you want to be a primary teacher, if you want to be a teachers in the children of the children, you have to be, you have to take some courses 1 to 5 years. After that you can get your job, because maintaining a children and teaching a children is very difficult to teach the adults, right? So that's why, but in the Qawmi Ulama, there is no teacher training center. That's the problem. And uh, so about the second one is a quality assurance. The established oversight committees to ensure educational standards and continuing progress while preserving traditional values. Okay, so if they don't take governmental support, okay, no problem. Okay, they can run by the uh, charity. Okay, but the committee of the institutions, they have a specific committee. They have to be insured, and they have to maintain the standard, educational standards, compared to the modern challenge, right? So if they try to integrate some modern educational books or readings, okay, the people, the student can get learn about the perspective of the Bangladesh or the modern challenges. Then after that, they can contribute to the Bangladesh construction. um, and another suggestion for the government. Okay, so because okay, there is a misconception, there is a biggest debates between the secular and the Qawmi ulama. Further, we can say that if government handle the Qawmi centers, Qawmi institutions fully, then they can be their big possibility to be a instrument of the government. Okay, it happened to many countries in all of the world. After getting the funding from finance from the government, they can they become an instrument of the government, of their uh, whatever they say they have to accept. When they introduce or when they the religious text, they have to ask the government, okay, should we introduce this or not? They have no freedom of speech, they don't have freedom to integration. That's why there is a big problematic. The government should refrain from altering their curriculum only to finance them, in this mindset. And also, when they integrate their modern challenge, modern subject, modern topics, they should maintain their traditional mindset. If they lost this, they can be a secular mind totally. That's really problematic, because we need in our society also the traditional ulama. Otherwise, everyone get be a Western mindset. That's a problem. Yeah. And the last one, the balance in tradition and modernity. The Qawmi Madrasa's education system must strike a balance between traditional teachings and contemporary skills to prepare graduates for the evolving global landscape. And the last one is social integration. Um, okay, this is the big uh, thing in the Qawmi Alim, because they have no extracurricular activities. Like, only they teach. Okay, fine. No extracurricular activities. If they teach the students beside their studies some extra working experience, okay, and some extra practice, like many things we can teach them. So if they maintain this, so then they can also contribute to the society. For example, this is in the corona pandemic time, there was many Qawmi alim, many Qawmi instructor lost their job, because in corona pandemic time, the most of the all of the student most of the institution were closed, and people didn't had any job. That's why they couldn't maintain their family. How did they donate their money to the other charitable institution? That's why the Qawmi, as the Qawmi institution depend on the charity or donation, zakat. That at that time the Qawmi alim or institution faced many challenges, because people couldn't give them donation, people couldn't give them support. That's why many Qawmi al ulama lost their job, and after that they couldn't maintain their family sustenance, and they couldn't support their family. And I heard and I saw many of the alim who were the imam, who the respect okay, people, okay, salamu alaikum, people respect them, but they, after that, they became the driver of the car, the driver of, yeah, because they have no any others teachings, like they don't know how to type the computers, how to do the job. On in other sector they don't have any job, the certification, they don't get any job. That's why this is the problem. And another problem is, if the graduate from the Aliya madrasa, they can go for higher studies in the secular institution or the universities all over the world, not only Bangladesh. So in my perspective, so I studied in Qawmi madrasa, and I also persuade in Aliya madrasas to get the certificate and for studying in the university, because Qawmi is only graduating from the Qawmi institution, they don't have any certification, government certification. So who can after the graduation from Qawmi ulama, they can go to the directly to the university, because the university don't accept their certification. This is the problem. Also, if I want to study for abroad, also our abroad in ministry also accept only the governmental certification, right? So from where you graduated, from where you did undergraduate, right? But Qawmi have a specific board, they don't have any governmental certification. That's why they also didn't want can't study abroad or secular universities. That's why they have to study in Aliya madrasa for a few years, and after getting certification, there's a problem. That's why if they maintain if they accept the government policy to maintain some modern discourses, so they can get a certification from the government, and also they can go to for higher study in abroad or also here. That's why this is the problem. I think it should be reformed. Yeah. So thank you. It's all of from me. So and I'm really thankful to for your patience and hearing my lecture. Yeah. So now, Mr. Iggy.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Mahdi. Professor Mahdi provided us this lecture. Can I give this brief summary of your presentation in Bahasa to my students first before we open the discussion?
Hmm.
Can I provide a brief summary of your presentation in Bahasa first before we proceed to the discussion session? So teman-teman, jadi gini, presentasinya sangat menarik tapi panjang. Saya tahu teman-teman beberapa sudah terlempar dari grup, terutama yang kelas 4D karena mereka masuk kelas. Tapi poin menarik dari hari ini adalah ini menjelaskan bahwa gejala modernisasi yang dialami di Indonesia Gejala di mana pendidikan tradisional itu terlempar, tercampak, tidak dianggap relevan dan dianggap jumut, dianggap tidak memiliki kompetensi modern ya, tidak praktikal, tidak profesional, juga terjadi di negara-negara Muslim lain, termasuk salah satunya adalah di Bangladesh. Mahdi menjelaskan bagaimana background sejarah Bangladesh sejak 1947 itu satu, bagaimana sejarah madrasah Qaumi di Bangladesh itu lebih tua bahkan ketimbang sejarah Bangladesh itu sendiri. Jadi sejarah pendidikan Qaumi itu lebih tua ketimbang negara Bangladesh itu sendiri. Karena apa? Karena akarnya dari Deobandi, Darul Ulum Deobandi. Dan em, dengan pendidikan yang setua ini, mereka berusaha untuk tetap bertahan dengan model pendidikan tradisional dan konsekuensinya apa? Ketika modernisasi terjadi, ketika kolonialisasi sudah hilang, modernisasi terjadi, orang-orang yang ngerasa kalau well ini nggak lagi relevan nih, mereka bangun institusi tandingan namanya madrasah aliyah. Ada madrasah qaumi, ada madrasah aliyah. Kalau di kita ada pesantren tradisional, ada pesantren modern, ya kan? Cuman saya nggak tahu apakah madrasah aliyah di Bangladesh itu sama seperti kita, pesantren modern yang dia boarding school atau enggak. Cuman poin di sini yang menarik adalah bagaimana orang-orang madrasah qaumi ini cukup keras ya untuk bertahan menjadi tradisional mereka to some extent sampai mereka itu melawan pemerintah. Berani berdemo, berani melawan pemerintah, menolak segala dana hibah, dana bantuan. Tujuannya apa? Supaya kami tidak bisa diatur-atur oleh negara. Kami lebih tua ketimbang negara, kami lebih tua ketimbang pemerintah, kami lebih tua ketimbang Bangladesh itu sendiri. So, jadi pemerintah tidak bisa mengatur kami. Tapi di sisi lain, konsekuensinya apa? Dengan berusaha bersikukuh dengan model pendidikan tradisional semacam itu, mereka menghadapi problem. Problemnya apa? Kemunduran, eh, kemerosotan pendidikan, kualitas pendidikan, tingkat pengangguran yang tinggi, kemiskinan, bagaimana alumni Qaumi hanya terserap sebagai muazin, imam, guru pengajian, guru ngaji, guru les tidak bisa jadi orang kaya. Kalau pengen jadi orang kaya ya jadi saudagar, bukan jadi guru ngaji, gampangnya gitu. Jadi ini jadi problem yang laten terjadi tidak hanya di negara-negara seperti Bangladesh dan Pakistan, tapi juga terjadi di Indonesia dan di Malaysia. Um, dan yang paling parah terjadi itu adalah saat COVID. Itu kerasa sekali. Di Indonesia juga terjadi ya. Ada namanya klaster COVID pesantren. Namanya klaster pesantren. Di mana korban ribuan santri meninggal karena COVID. Di mana puluhan pesantren tutup karena COVID. Di mana banyak pesantren berhenti melakukan kegiatan pendidikan selama setengah hingga 1 tahun karena COVID. Karena apa? Karena mereka tidak mau beradaptasi. Lagi-lagi kuncinya di kemampuan untuk beradaptasi. Untuk tingkat madrasah qaumi yang tidak mau beradaptasi sejak awal pendiriannya hingga hari ini jadi tantangan yang tersendiri. COVID jadi tantangan sehingga apa? Ketika mereka melawan COVID, mereka yang mental akhirnya. Banyak guru yang harus terpaksa harus diberhentikan, dipecat karena apa? Sekolah tidak jalan, santri pulang, guru tidak ngajar dan tidak ada dana hibah dari para warga dan juga wali santri. Jadi pesantren madrasah qaumi bedanya dari pesantren tradisional itu mereka mengandalkan dana hibah dari wali santri. Cuman karena nggak ada dana hibah, santri juga nggak belajar, akhirnya guru nganggur. Karena guru nganggur, guru dipecat. Ini problem. Dan pendidikan yang digaung-gaungkan sebagai pendidikan yang sangat kompleks ya teman-teman. Madrasah qaumi bayangkan menggunakan 2 hingga 3 bahasa. Bahasa Arab, bahasa Urdu, dan juga bahasa Farsi. Arab, Urdu, dan Farsi. 3 bahasa ini menjadi 3 bahasa yang digunakan untuk mengajarkan agama Islam di Bangladesh. Kita kadang menggunakan 2 bahasa, bahasa Arab dan bahasa lokal. Arab Melayu atau Arab Sunda atau Arab Jawa atau Arab Bugis, ya kan? Mereka 3. Itu menarik sekali. So ini gejala yang dihadapi bersama. Bagaimana banyak tadi ada satu kutipan menarik dari Mahdi juga yang saya dengar ya. Hubungan antara bagaimana keterserapan em, alumni madrasah qaumi dengan job market. Bagaimana job market tidak ingin alumni-alumni yang kolot. Gampangannya begitu. Ini jadi persoalan sendiri dan konsekuensinya apa? Well, mereka nggak dianggap relevan. Sedangkan mereka ini didesain menjadi seorang ulama, sedangkan ulama seperti mereka tidak lagi jadi masuk dalam marketplace dan otoritas mereka jadi terbatas sekali. So, saya nantikan pertanyaan dari teman-teman, utamanya dari kelompok 11 minggu lalu. Saya persilahkan. Bisa dalam bahasa Indonesia, kok saya sudah pernah ingatkan kan, nggak apa-apa, saya terjemahkan. So, yeah, we're having this question and answer session. We're inviting students to to provide their questions to you. We'll start by 3 questions first. So, who's the first? Will be the first. Oke, presenter minggu lalu siapa? Sorry, Pak C, presenter minggu lalu siapa? Come on, guys. Siapa? Halo, halo. Mutia, siapa
Cahaya,
Mutia?
Cahaya
Siapa?
Askia, Pak.
Kamu ya? Yuna ini, presenter.
Bukan, Pak,
Cahaya
bukan.
Askia, oh ya Ica, Bayu, dan siapa lagi? Dan ya, mana mereka? Ah, itu ada Ica. Oke, saya tunggu pertanyaan. In the meantime, while the students are preparing the questions. So in the meantime, I have also some questions to you. Simple question, Mahdi. Um, why do you think that? Why do you think that Qaumi Madrasah need to change, need to have this reform? With the consequences of having reform. Having reform means that you have to change the form from the initial traditional form into the new one, into this unknown new form of education. So imagine that from this traditional conservative, based on what is so-called Dars and Nizami, into something new. Why reformation is necessary in this matter? This is basic question. I want to just invite our students to understand the nature of your study. Why reformation is necessary, and in that sense, should we also remove the traditional courses like maybe the Quran and Hadith? Is that relevant to our modern studies, so-called? Should we just remove the courses on the Quran, on fiqh, on kalam, balaghah from the course, and add mathematics, ICT, etc. to the Qaumi Madrasah? What do you think about that?
So in my perspective, so the need for reform of the Qawmi curricula, especially in Dars Nizami, I said reform, not change, right? So let not alter their curricula. So if they integrate the modern subjects, okay, modern subjects depends on the country's demand, right? So I don't know about in Indonesia, whatever they know about the modern subjects, because I don't know about the Indonesian job market, right? So what they require, what they demand from the employee, right? So in Bangladesh, the perspective is different. I explored before that the job market demands on either government job or either private job. Both are same, right? Also, the private job are very strict than government job. So, for example, you don't get any job in Bangladesh if you pursue or secure your graduation, masters or PhD. Okay, you can pursue your PhD, but you don't get a job in Bangladesh. If you want to make sure a job, you should undergo a process. For example, this university, right, Triple IU, if they hire any lecturer or professors from other universities or from other countries, they will only see the profile of the lecturers. Okay, so how their potentiality, how is in their profile, where they pursue it, and how about his research background, right? So in Bangladesh isn't like that. In Bangladesh, okay, you are PhD holder, you are master's holder, if you want to teach in primary schools or like primary or any Aliyah madrasas, you have to take a public examination, right? So many thousand students sit for the examination, and in that examination, you don't need any religious text. Like they will not question you about from the Quran, from the Hadith. Okay, no. Okay, in Viva, in the interview, okay, they will ask, but in the big primary process was totally secular studies. Like you have to be well known in Bengali language, right? So not only Bengali, okay, you can speak, but not like that. You have to be, you have to know a grammar. You have to know the literature. Okay. So, and the second one is English. You must know English. Not only speaking, you have to be well in reading. You have to be well in listening. Everything. Okay. And you have to know all the literature, English literature, Shakespeare, everything. Okay. So, and the third one, you have to know also English grammar, okay, which is noun, which is pronoun, which is sound, okay, everything. And the third one is mathematics. If you don't know the math, how to calculate, okay, not only simple math, okay, the business math, everything, okay. If you don't know, then you can be qualified. And another thing is general knowledge. General knowledge means what happened in the recent times, what happened in the previous time in Bangladesh, in the liberal world, and also in other countries like international relations, what is happening in America, what is happening in Indonesia. For example, Aceh is a city of or a state of the Indonesia, right? So in the general question, if the question that Aceh, and they give us some options. What is this? Is a city? Is a food center? Or like is a city of the Malaysia? Is a city of the Arabian countries? Or is a city from Indonesia? So you have to know that Aceh is from Indonesia. You have to know the many cities, many international issues, many international currency, many international knowledge. Otherwise, you can be secure that job. It is called general knowledge, right? In Bangladesh perspective. So you persuade your graduate BA bachelor in Islamic studies. You pursue your masters in Islamic studies. You learn the Quranic text, Hadith text, traditional text. But after you graduation 15 or 16 years, you have to learn again English, you have to learn again math, otherwise you can be qualified. That's the problem. So that's why I don't want to say, I didn't say anything. They should change their curricula and they remove their Quran Hadith text. No, they must know about that, they must learn about that, but beside that they should integrate some modern subjects to help the students to be qualified in the job markets. That's the thing.
Okay, can I translate your answer again to my students here?
Of
So,
course.
jadi gini teman-teman, ya bayangannya, respon Mahdi, pertanyaan saya tadi gini, bagaimana bagaimana mengubah pesantren tradisional tanpa harus menjadi modern? Bagaimana mengubahnya tanpa harus kehilangan identitas tradisionalnya? Apakah kita ketika berubah, kita harus menghapus mata kuliah keagamaan? Apakah untuk dianggap relevan kita perlu menghilangkan mapel-mapel agama, menghilangkan kitab-kitab kuning kita? Jawabannya Madi begini. Well, selesaikan dulu pendidikan kita. Kalau di Bangladesh itu kan ada 17 tahun pendidikan agama. Diselesaikan dulu semuanya. Setelah selesai, teman-teman dapat kemudian mengambil yang namanya public examination, ujian umum. Kalau di kita mungkin namanya apa sih? Paket C gitu ya, paket C. Yes, paket C. Istilahnya paket C. Untuk we Indonesian also have this public examination called paket C, paket C, that is used for those who are not pursuing the formal education to get this certificate of education from the Ministry of Education. Jadi paket C kita ambil itu dengan wawasannya apa saja, ada matematika, bahasa Inggris, dan juga pengetahuan umum. Artinya apa? Artinya saran dari Mahdi kemudian tidak dengan menghilangkan kekayaan paham keagamaan yang sangat tua dan yang sangat besar ya tradisinya. Kekayaan ilmunya sangat luar biasa, tapi dengan cara menambah lagi mata kuliah baru. But Mahdi isn't with my other question, my follow-up question with that. Isn't with your idea, doesn't also the government of Bangladesh also propose the same idea to integrate the modern curriculum with the traditional curriculum of the Nizam and with the Dar Nizam? What do you think? I believe that the government of Bangladesh also have this similar vision of integrating the traditional and the modern background into what we so called moderate understanding and moderate curriculum, right? So why they resist? Why the traditionalists from Qaumi Madrasah resist from becoming the moderate, the so-called moderate education, religious education in the first place? Because they are not turned into madrasah aliyah either. They are just encouraged to have this funding, to have this grant, so that the government can help them to reform, to add some standards to improve their quality. Why they resist in the first place?
Okay, so not only me, so many of the government officials, especially the running government, Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina, so she also emphasized, or the religious, or the educational ministry also emphasized on reforming Qaumi's curricula. So maybe as so it was a biggest debate in between the government, also the religious authority in Qaumi Ulama. So from 2000, okay, that time the government was different, right? So the time government was Jamaat Islami. I talked about this yesterday to you. So Jamaat Islami with Bangladesh National Party, BNP. So Jamaat Islami that time they have in dominance in Bangladesh, okay, as a religious authority on the also political party. So nowadays they have no dominances. So actually the Jamaat Islami's the biggest business was the Aliyah madrasas, okay. So they emphasize their donation, their modernization on the Aliyah madrasas, because most of the Aliyah madrasa at that time governed by the Jamaat Islami, okay. So their alim, their authority, whoever in the political position, where the parliament members, everyone was, because you know that the Qaumi madrasa students can't get involved in the politics. They have no politics, right? So that's why Qaumi alimos produce only the religious authorities, religious scholars, not political people, political figures. But Jamaat Islami, as they are not only the religious authority, they are also the political party in Bangladesh, and they are also in the running government power. So that time they didn't want to improve the Qaumi institutions or Qaumi madrasas. They only emphasize on the Ali madrasa, because most of the Ali madrasa established by them, and also they fund them and they maintain their curricula. When the Qaumi alim said that, okay, as a biggest community in Bangladesh, we need a certification from the government, otherwise we can be survive in the modern challenges, right? So if you are in authority, give us recognition, right? Otherwise, but the Qaumi, the Jamaat Islam in that time there was a big problem for the Qawmi alim, because there is a biggest aqidas problem in their belief. The Jamaat Islami maintain the Maududi belief, Maududi like Ahmadi, right? But they have different mindset. But and Qawmi ulama, they are traditional, and they are what is this, radical Hanafi. Okay, they don't they don't like this type of Western theories.
I got the idea.
Yeah, that's why there's a biggest debate between Jamaat Islami and Qawmi Alim. Qawmi Alim never recognized Jamaat Islami as a pure Muslim. Okay, so that's why the Jamaat Islami the time clash with the Qawmi Alim, and they didn't support the Qawmi Alim. Okay, so after the changing government from 2009, now the running government is not religious, secular, right? So so they also tried to modernize the Qawmi ulama, but the problem is Qawmi authority fear if the government fund them, if the government change their curricula totally, so they can lose their Islamic beliefs, Islamic traditions, right? So if they introduce any text, Quranic text or Hadith text, if it is against the government perspective, then they can't introduce this. They will be against this introducing this subject, right? That's the problem. That's why Qawmi Alim say, okay, you can give me certification as Bangladeshi citizens, right? We have rights to survive in Bangladesh. We have right to contribute in Qawmi. But the problem is, you can only give these suggestions. You can only give the funding, but not authority. You can you don't have any invention. You don't have any hand in our curricula. All things we do, but we can take your suggestion, whatever in our whatever. Okay, support them, support us, not against us. Right? We don't accept your dominance, right? Because if you take if you control your dominance, then we have the freedom of speech. Otherwise, we'll be the instrument of you. And that's why in 2017 or 18, maybe the government they made a bill in the parliament about the higher education of the Qawmi institutions. That is Dawra. Dawra is like Darul Hadith, means the biggest, the highest rank in the Qawmi institution. Like if you complete your Dawra, or you title, you have a title like Maulana, Alim. Otherwise, you can be Alim. If you pursue 10 years, after that you can pass the Darul Hadith. The government recognize the Darul Hadith certifications equivalent to the master's degree in Islamic studies and Arabic, equivalent to, yeah. And after and they established a board of in Qawmi Madrasa that is called Al Hayatul Uliya lil Jamiyatul Qawmiyah. Okay, this is the board of the Qawmi now, who run from the government. Of only the Darul Hadith, the last class of the Qawmi institutions, they after getting that, they can be a title in master's degree in Islamic studies and Arabic. But the problem is this certification, okay, from the government, okay, but they under that class, all the process not under their government. Okay, that's why they have no bachelor degree, only master's degree. Okay. So by this master's degree, okay, but in Bangladesh perspective, if you want to sit for the public examination or pursue a job, you need only bachelor degree, not master's, right? Master's degree is for only your to increase your credibility, right? Not for the job market. Only job market demand bachelor. So that's they don't have bachelor certification. That's why they can qualify. They are not qualified for the job market too. And another problem is they government recognize their certification, but they didn't change their curricula because they didn't maintain the modern subjects. That's why government know, okay, we only give you the certification. You can be qualified in the government's mosque government
bodies,
yeah,
institutions.
institution, but not religious institution, not other secular institutions, right?
Okay.
Because
Yeah.
you don't have bachelor certificate, you don't have knowledge about Bengali, you don't have knowledge mathematics. Okay, you are welcome to our religious institution. Okay, fine, but not for secular institution. If you want to secular institution job, you should integrate modern subjects. But Komi Alima feared that, okay, if you increase the modern subject, it will be challenging for the students, and they will be weakened. They will be weak in religious texts because because of the pressure of the modern channel. Because mathematics is not easy subject, science is not easy. So if I pursue science, medical science, or biology, chemistry, or math, or international information technology, so there is high possibility to be weakened in the religious text. Because if you want to be a religious scholar, you have to study Quran Hadith well, not other subject, right? Otherwise, if you maintain all the curricula together, then you will not expert in the religious text. So that's the problem. That's why they don't want to introduce the modern subject integrating beside their religious text. That's the problem. But government say, okay, if you need secular job, okay, welcome and integrate. You should reform. Otherwise, it's not possible.
Okay, I have other follow-up questions for you, but beforehand, I think that there are some students who want to propose their questions, but in Bahasa, I will translate it to you. Okay, I will let who's there? Handika and also Icha and also Bayu to propose their questions, please. Okay, before Karsi. Okay, before Karsi, let me have the others first. But Karsi have questions. We'll keep it. Okay, Karsi, what's your question then?
Baik Pak, izin bertanya. Kan tadi bahasnya tentang madrasah kaum ini. Terus juga tadi ada yang bilang kalau misalnya madrasah kaum ini udah berkembang dengan banyak cabangnya.
Oke.
Nah, kemudian madrasah kaum ini kan berdiri tanpa mau diganggu dengan pemerintah. Apakah seluruh cabang madrasah kaum itu juga seperti itu? Terus kemudian ada enggak sih selain madrasah kaumi di Bangladesh? Terus seperti apa perbedaan antara madrasah kaumi dengan madrasah yang lainnya yang terdapat di Bangladesh?
Oke.
Terima kasih, Pak.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. So, sorry, pertanyaannya tadi perbedaan antara apa? Sorry.
Antara madrasah kaumi dengan madrasah yang lainnya yang terdapat di Bangladesh.
Okay, yeah. Thank you. So this one student asked we know that there are many branches of Qaumi Madrasah there in Bangladesh, but do they have this one voice to oppose the government, or they have different attitude toward especially the government fund? That's the first question. And in that sense, that do they have this kind of authoritative scholar who led their idea, who some charismatic leader who rule them how to behave in regard to their relations to the social dynamics and so on. And Karsi also proposed a question on how do we define the distinctiveness of Qaumi Madrasa? what differ it from other madrasa in maybe in Bangladesh and also in Indonesia, let's say, if you're familiar with Indonesia and Malaysia. But beforehand, yeah, I will let you answer the question first before proposing to other questions.
Okay, so actually you don't want you want to know about the any specific religious authority by religious figures who have the dominance to the society, and the people and all the religion all the community institutions follow him, right? Is it like that?
The question is more on whether they have one voice to in regard to their response against the government. So we have hundreds of Qaumi branches,
Yeah.
Qaumi
Yeah,
madrasa
yeah.
branches in
Yeah,
Bangladesh,
yeah,
and
and that's
they have
most
one voice.
this is the most interesting question from you. Okay, so I already have shown you a video, right? Okay, there was a clear mention about Hifazat Islam Bangladesh. You can search on Google Hifazat Islam Bangladesh. This is the biggest and phenomena in Bangladesh in the recent times. Hifazat Islam Bangladesh. So this organization was introduced in 2013. So this organization run by the Qaumi ulama only. Qaumi ulama. So actually, whatever they need, whatever they say, whatever they protect, whatever they take initiatives, they say by the Hafaz Islam, because the Hafaz Islam, they have a specific committee, okay, from all over the Bangladesh, from the religious figures, famous religious figures, from the Hatajari madrasas to the Dhaka. In every Hafaz has a committee in every state city in Bangladesh, and many of the famous Qaumi madrasas religious figures involved in this committee. Okay, so when they recognize, when they give any fatwa, so Hafaz Islam maintain a meeting first, then they introduce a fatwa. Yeah, and another problem is between the Hafazat and the government, there was a biggest clash, okay, in recent times. So in 2013, the running government killed or persecuted many Hafazat authority or the Qaumi students and blaspheme to them in Shapla Chattar Motijil. There was the biggest clash in Bangladesh after 1971 to today. The biggest clash in Bangladesh with the government and religious authority. Okay, so they claim 13 claims. They to the government proposed 13 claims to the government, but the government didn't want to integrate that. But after that, they made a rally and the protection in Shapla Chattar, Dhaka. But government killed many Qaumi students before that. Okay, so that's why they don't have a political party, but they have influence to the society. That's why, because you know that Bangladesh is a Muslim country where 91% is Muslim. Okay, so many of them Hanafi, most of them Hanafi, and they have religious respect into the ulama. That's why they follow the Hafazat Islam fatwa. Okay, so the most of the Hafazat Islamic scholars authority come from the Hatajari madrasa, because this is the biggest and the first madrasas in Bangladesh, and also many of the from Dhaka capital city and also other cities. Okay, so that's why we can say the Hafaz Islam, the authority of the Qaumi ulama, and whatever they say, whatever they propose to government, they do by the Hafaz Islam community. like
Ya, ini menarik sekali ya, teman-teman.
like MU in Indonesia.
Yeah, but here's the thing, Madi. I think that this is more into like Nahdlatul Ulama with other communities because Nahdlatul Ulama is the majority. Like you know Nahdlatul Ulama now, right?
Yeah.
Ya, teman-teman, bayangkan begini. Kita sekarang kan pemerintah itu didominasi oleh Nahdlatul Ulama hingga wakil presiden yang kemarin itu Nahdlatul Ulama. Dan bagaimana kemudian di Bangladesh itu kan asumsinya mereka itu didominasi pemerintah didominasi oleh jamaat Islam namanya. Jamaat Islam ini penganut dari ideologi Maududi, akidahnya Maududiyah. Nah, ibarat kalau di Indonesia itu Nahdlatul Ulama. Nah, konsekuensinya apa? Bayangkan kalau misalkan ada pendidikan Muhammadiyah di Pontianak UMP dikasih uang oleh pemerintah. Tapi bilangnya apa? Hilangkan kemuhammadiyahan, ganti ke NU. Itu problematik. Mereka menolak dong. Tentu mereka menolak. Nah, ini yang terjadi di Bangladesh. Penolakan-penolakan semacam ini yang terjadi di Bangladesh. Atau mungkin lebih ekstrim lagi. Bayangkan kalau misalkan bukan Nahdlatul Ulama yang memimpin. Misalkan yang memimpin adalah let's say Syiah. Syiah memimpin Indonesia. Pemimpinnya adalah seorang syah atau seorang ya ayatullah di Indonesia. Let's say misalnya. Dan kemudian pemerintah memberikan funding untuk kampus YIN Pontianak. Dengan catatan apa? Anda harus ikut ajaran Syiah. Anda harus modern dalam tanda petik memahami modernitas dalam cara pikir orang-orang Syiah. Akan ikut atau enggak? Tentu tidak akan ikut, tentu menolak, tentu melawan. Karena apa? Karena itu bertentangan dengan paham keagamaan mereka. Itu yang dilakukan oleh orang-orang di Kaumi dan orang-orang di Hafazati apa? How do you call it? Hafazati Islam Bangladesh. Hafazati Islam Bangladesh. Eh, dengan melakukan itu mereka berusaha untuk bilang kalau kami berusaha bertahan karena apa? Pemimpin kami zolim. Pemimpin kami itu sesat, bahkan kami berani mengkafirkan mereka. Itu agak keras kok di Hifadzatul Islam. That's to the point of blaspheming others, right? With the Hifadzatul Islam. So
Yeah.
ini gejala yang cukup menarik. Apakah ada pertanyaan lagi tadi Cahaya mau tanya kayaknya atau gimana?
Ada Pak.
Oke, silakan.
Izin bertanya Pak, atas problem yang terjadi pada para alumni KHW yang tidak memiliki kompetensi profesional dan tentunya dampak ini kan memiliki dampak yang kurang baik dalam kehidupan yang akan dihadapi sekarang kan, dan mereka pun ingin tetap mempertahankan pendidikan tradisionalnya pada zaman sekarang. Hal tersebut pastinya kan kurang relevan dengan zaman sekarang. Jadi bagaimana Kahwi Madrasah beradaptasi dengan tuntunan pasar tenaga kerja dalam kehidupan zaman modern kini yang tentunya sekarang nih memerlukan tenaga kerja yang memiliki kompetensi.
Okay. So the question is that how the graduate from Qaumi Madrasah deal with the current job market that demands the more practical, more competent alumni, not religious, pious individuals, religious, pious, and those who are spending their lunchtime for praying Zuhur and Asar, right? Instead, they need to be work and work and work only. That's more efficient. How do they deal with that situation? How do they deal with the job market you so called? You also mentioned about the job market also, right, Mahdi? That's the question. And do you see the rise of this kind of Islamic working class in Bangladesh also in regard to Qaumi Madrasah, or you just see the alumni of Qaumi Madrasah as the right wing radical individuals?
Okay, so if you talk about the dealing with the job market, despite their religious maintaining, like salat, everything to be a pious. Okay, so you know that the job market, it can be religious or it can be secular mind, right? So because Bangladesh is secular country, okay, but yeah, there is a dominance of Islam, but like Indonesia, but still this is secular mind. So job market are secular, right? They have no religious influence. Okay, but as a biggest one of the biggest Muslim country, so in the job market, they respect religious perspective. If you can be Hindu, you can be a Christian, you can be a Muslim, but for the Muslim majority in most of the job institutions, firms, either government or private, they have musalla. Okay, like Indonesia, the musalla, our university, the musalla, right? And in many, yeah, musalla. So the religious people, they can pray their prayer on time. Okay, no problem. And also most of the private job firms, institutions also maintain a musalla or imam in their, yeah, okay. So but they can so if they can perform salat, no problem, and they can also perform fasting in Ramadan, no problem. This is no problem. And okay, another perspective is how do they deal despite their religious mindset with the secular. There is a biggest question, because if we live with the religious secular people, if we accept the secular mindset, okay, we can, there is a possibility to be not be a pious guy, not be a religious guy. We can be liberal, right? Liberal, or like sometimes we can, there is a possibility to lose my belief, right? So that's a question. That's why I think the religious authority, sorry, I think the Qawmi graduate or Qawmi students or Qawmi alim, so they should go for those institutions who maintain and respect the alim, not discard them. Okay, for example, I need a job. Okay, you offered me a job, okay, in your institution, but your institution have no musalla, you don't respect the religious guy, you just are like modern Western perspective, you don't respect the religious people. So I should go to your job, right? Right, that's why you are dealing with riba, like interest, like, right? Or like you are traditional banking bank, conventional bank, you don't deal, you did deal with the riba. But as a pious Muslim, it's haram, right, for me. So I don't I should not go to your institution, because this is not halal. I should go to that institution who are the halal institutions. They respect the religious matter. That's the thing. So I need a job. Okay, fine. I'm impoverished guy, but I need a job. But also I should maintain my belief, because only for need I can go to you, because you don't respect me. If you don't respect me, so how can I go there? So if I go, then that means I am still want to lose my belief. If as a Muslim, by a Muslim, if I do job in a conventional bank who deal with the riba or interest, right? Who deal with the non-halal foods, right? Who deal like beer or the khamar, or like now what is this called? Alcohol. So alcohol is not halal for Muslims. If I do job in a beer, in a bar, or in a institution or a food company who deal with the non-halal food, so I can kill my belief, I can make identity as a Muslim. That's what I think. So Muslim people should know about the halalization, and about the institution before sitting the examination to that, for that institutions, or before giving the interview for that institutions. They should know about the institution well. This institution, okay, is where is good for my job, this is halal, they respect me, so okay, I can go, otherwise no.
Oke, jadi kurang lebih begini, untuk teman-teman yang berasal dari pesantren regional dan merasa kalau dunia kok begitu luas, pekerjaan begitu sulit dicari, maka pertanyaan sederhananya kan tentu tidak mungkin apakah kita terbatas menjadi ustadz, guru, dan imam, sama kan seperti anak-anak PAI. Tidak semua anak PAI menjadi guru, ya kan? Tidak semua anak PAI menjadi ustadz. ada yang menjadi saudagar, ada yang menjadi CEO, ada yang menjadi caleg bahkan. Tapi pastikan bahwa pertama, lapangan pekerjaan yang kalian tempuh itu lapangan pekerjaan yang kalau bahasanya tadi adalah halal industri. Lapangan pekerjaan yang memberikan peluang bagi kalian untuk melakukan, untuk mencari nafkah sekaligus untuk apa ya, menjalankan keagamaan secara maksimal. Di sisi lain juga untuk bagi kalian yang sudah punya peluang, manfaatkan jejaring tadi. Kalian bukan alumni pertama dari prodi PAI, maka manfaatkan jejaring PAI. Dengan cara apa? Lihat. Banyak alumni PAI yang sudah sukses membangun bisnis halal, membangun jejaring politik yang bagus, membangun jejaring keilmuan yang bagus. Nah, bangun koneksi dengan mereka dan juga kemudian ikuti jejak tersebut dengan tadi sehingga kalian punya peluang lebih, tidak hanya sekedar menjadi guru di PAI. Tapi lagi-lagi kita tidak bilang bahwa menjadi guru, menjadi ustadz, menjadi imam itu buruk ya. Tapi kita ingin bilang bahwa tidak terbatas sih itu. Bahwa pendidikan agama Islam dapat digunakan bahkan di sektor-sektor lain, termasuk di sektor ekonomi, bisnis, dan lain sebagainya. Termasuk di politik. So, bagi anak-anak PAI yang masuk politik, saya kira itu sangat bagus juga sebenarnya. Dan sangat banyak kan yang sudah SPD, SPDI yang jadi caleg. Sudah sangat banyak. So, itu sangat normal. And that concludes our session today, Mahdi. I think that we reach our time already by 11 and 10. And thank you so much for your great presentation. It is so interesting to see. I think that my students also got immersed with your topic. This I believe that this is their first time to learn about to learn in depth on religious institution in Bangladesh and its dynamics. It's dynamic not only on the institution itself, the educational institution itself, but also on the underlying economic and also political, social, cultural structure beneath it. So it is very interesting to hear. And that concludes our session. Now, let me close it with salam. Salam. Thank you very much for your attention, guys, and see you next week. I believe that we have two presentations for next week. That is on Madrasah Sanawiyah and also Madrasah Aliyah. And we will also send our gratitude to Mahdi Hassan, who is also now a father. Please send him and also his family regard. And see you next week. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam. Thank you for your inviting.
Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. Thank you also. At first I want to take a screenshot. But I realized that not all students are so many of those students are missing because some of them are participating in other course. They have offline course now. So let me just have this one screenshot with Mahdi. How about that? Mahdi, are you okay with that? Taking a documentation. You're cool with that? Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much guys. See you later on next week. Kita temu lagi minggu depan ya teman-teman. Saya tutup, makasih banyak. Salam semuanya. Sehat-sehat semua ya. Ya, makasih semuanya. Ini pengalaman pertama kali nulis bahasa Inggris kan? So this is their first time, their first experience in their life to have an English lecture from someone, from an international guest lecturer also. Then, well, this is also your first experience, like Mahdi. So we both.
And I needed permission. So I took some of the pictures of my presentation. So I would can I post on my social media?
Oh, that's perfect. That's perfect. It's cool. You can also take our institution, IAIN Pontianak, on that matter.
Yeah.
I will send you the link on Facebook, right? Yeah, I can send you their account.
Okay.
Cool.
And Facebook, you can send the link, okay, to my WhatsApp.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. Okay, see you guys, teman-teman. Makasih banyak buat hari ini dan ya, semoga kalian enjoy ya. Makasih semua. Ya. Gimana perasaannya kuliah bahasa Inggris?
Nggak paham, Pak.
Ngantuk jadinya, Pak.
Ngomong, Pak.
Ngantuk?
Menarik.
Inggrisnya paham Pak, cuman mendok gitu ya.
Inggrisnya paham, cuman ya itulah perkuliahan berbahasa Inggris teman-teman. Jadi memang masing-masing orang akan bawa aksen. Saya sendiri kan bawa aksen, saya sedikit aksen Jawa, sedikit aksen Melayu kalau saya dalam bahasa Inggris itu. Karena saya lama di Jawa. Perhatikan coba saya ngomong bahasa Inggris kadang-kadang keluar juga aksennya. Begitupun Mahdi membawa aksen Bangladesh kan, aksen-aksen India. Itu agak sulit untuk teman-teman yang baru belajar. Tapi itu pengalaman yang menarik ya teman-teman. Itu juga lagi heboh di grup dosen sekarang. Saya nggak tahu tuh. Kenapa kok heboh? Saya awalnya cuma malam cuma mau bilang kalau Pak Afrodi saya mau izin untuk teman-teman anak kelas 4C, 4D mau ada ada guest lecturer, dibuat poster lalu diposting. Oke, so cool teman-teman. Makasih banyak. Presenter minggu depan dua makalah. So kita akan buat itu as brief as possible. Kita akan buat itu secepat mungkin ya. Karena temanya sebenarnya mirip kan, tema madrasah sanawiyah dan aliyah itu kan sebenarnya mirip, bedanya institusinya aja. Reading materialnya juga nggak terlalu beda. Cuman saya menikmati sekali reading materi sorry, respon paper kalian minggu ini. Walaupun belum saya baca semuanya, karena saya harus istirahat semalam. Saya perjalanan baru dari ngurus biometrik untuk visa. So, makasih teman-teman semuanya. Sampai bertemu lagi di depan. Saya tutup ya.
Masih banyak, Pak.
Ya, Pak.
Oke,
See you,
makasih.
Bapak.
Oke, makasih semua.